So it's Monday, and I just checked a stock that I followed, and the stock is currently selling for $11. And I can see that a call with an exercise price of $10, so I'm already at $1 intrinsic value, an exercise price of $10 is currently selling for $1 and 0.63 of a cent. So I know it would have to be selling for more than the intrinsic value. It's always worth more, or at least its intrinsic value. It's intrinsic value of $1. So this call is expires in 2 days. It expires on Wednesday. So the time left, the capital T minus little t, if I'm using those Black-Scholes equations, T minus little t is 2 over 252. I'm going to use 252 trading days. Now, I've been following this stock for a while. I've been doing some calculations, the same calculations that you guys have done, such as taking the returns, finding the average of the returns, the daily returns, scaling it to get drift, and also, more importantly for this exercise, finding that the actual volatility is 0.4 of this stock. So to find that, I've done something like taken the standard deviations of the returns and scaled it by, I guess, root 252 if I'm doing daily returns. But I have, anyway, long story short, I've calculated that the actual volatility is 0.4. Now, let's figure out what the implied volatility is. The implied volatility then is the volatility that the market uses in these equations. So both myself and the market, we agree that the stock is currently selling at $11. The exercise price for the call is $10. The time left is 2 over 252. All of us agree on that. The market has decided that this call option is worth 1.006347 dollars, and they must have used and the risk-free rate of return is 0.08. They must have used some volatility, the implied volatility, to come up with this price. So we have to sort of back calculate using these formula. We have to back calculate what the implied volatility is. So we need to do some calculations. What I'm going to do is, I know that if I plug in 0.4, I'll get a volatility of 0.4. I'll get a number I'll get a price that's too high. So then I'll plug in, let's say, I don't know, 0.1, and I've got a number that's too low. And I'll go through the bisection method, plugging in numbers that are slightly too big or slightly too small, until I do narrow in on the implied volatility. I go through some calculations, and I get an implied volatility of 0.2. So the market thinks that this stock is less volatile than I think. So the market has, in my opinion, underpriced the call option. It should be worth more. So what should I do when they're selling something, this call option, too cheaply?
Shut up and take my money.
Well, I should buy more. I should buy some. So I am going to buy one of these call options. But I see this as an arbitrage opportunity. So what I'm going to do is set up one of these portfolios where I buy the call option that's too cheap, and I'm going to short some stock. So I need to calculate what's this delta. How much of this stock should I short? So the delta for a call, actually the delta for a call is just this part of the formula. It's the N of D1. So I need what's N of D1, where I'm going to be hedging with the actual volatility. So I need to calculate what D1 is with the actual volatility. And I need D1 with the actual volatility, and I'll get 2.71027-ish. That's using the actual volatility. So I'll know I'll need to, that's D1. So N of D1 then is almost 1. It's 0.9960 639-ish. So I need to short almost a whole share. So let's do that first. I'm going to short a share. The shares are currently selling at $11. So I'll sell a share. Well, no, I'll short 0.996639 of a share, almost a share. So I'll get in cash. Someone's going to give me, after I short, someone's going to give me $10.96-ish cents. Now, I need to spend some of that because I got to buy a call. So I need to spend, well, I'm buying a call in the market, so I need to spend $0.6347, and that means I'll have cash $9.90, almost 96 cents. So I bought a call. Well, first I shorted 0.99 of a share. With that cash, I bought a call. So now I've got my portfolio. My portfolio consists of, I've got one of these options. If I sell in the market, I can get back that little more than $1. I've got a stock debt. I owe 0.9966 of a share, so that's a stock debt, and I've got $9.96-ish in cash. So those are the things that I have right now. If I add up all the things I have that are positive, which are I own a call option and I have $9.96 cash, I could sell the call option for $1 and change in the market, add that to my cash. That would give me $10.96. I could buy back the 0.9966 of a share and repay my stock debt, the stock that I shorted. So right now my net position is 0. But I'm hoping that I did something wise insofar as that I think I bought this call option at less than it was worth. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I've set up this portfolio such that it doesn't really matter if the stock goes up or the stock goes down. My portfolio should be worth the same. That's why I picked that delta. We've delta hedged. So what's left to do? Oh, the only thing left to do for today anyway is to take this, that cash that I have and put it in the bank. So I'm going to get that plus a little bit of interest. The interest at, let's spell interest right. The interest 8%. Now 8% for one day on a little less than $10. It's not a lot, but it's something. So my portfolio's set up. All I got to do is check in tomorrow morning. Let's do that.
You see the answer. Now's the time to say.
Okay, so it's Tuesday morning. Let's check out and see how the portfolio is doing. Well, the stock was, yesterday, Monday, the stock was $11. It's dropped to $10. So the call option, the intrinsic value of the call option now is nothing. I paid $1 for it. But the call option in the market should still be worth something. We got to check out and see what the market's calculated. Now, how is the market going to calculate what the call option is worth? Well, the market knows that the stock is worth $10. The exercise price is still $10. It's one day later, so the call expires on Wednesday, so that time left is now 1 over 252 instead of 2 over 252. The market's going to use the implied volatility. So with the implied volatility, our D1 is 0.0535. And that's going to give me then, plugging into these formulas again, using the implied volatility, I'm going to get a market price for the call of, oh yeah, it should be worth just a little bit more than zero because its intrinsic value is zero, but the call option is always worth a little bit more than the intrinsic value. And I get, it's worth almost like 2 cents, almost 3 cents. So that's bad because I bought one. I bought it at $1. But the good thing is, I did owe a 0.99 of a stock when it was $11. Now it's only $10. So my stock debt has dropped to, it was like $10 and change, and now it's, I mean, it was, my stock debt when I made it was $10.96. Now it's $9.96. So my debt has got smaller. The cash that I invested overnight is now worth $9.96. I made, I guess, 0.3 of a cent. So, but my delta has changed because the delta formula is made up of, I'm going to use again, I'm hedging with the actual volatility. So I'm using the actual volatility, the 0.4. But what has changed? Well, the stock price has changed and time has changed. So I'm going to get a different delta. I'm going to use the stock price of $10, the exercise price of $10, the time left of 1/252, and a sigma of 0.4, the actual volatility. And when I do that, I get a delta of 0.51. Oh, so my delta yesterday was almost 1. Now my delta's only a half. So that means yesterday, to have a risk-free portfolio, I was supposed to have shorted almost a share. Now I need to have shorted a little more than a share. So I've shorted too much now. I got to buy some of that back. Well, how much do I have to buy back? Well, what's the difference between 0.996? That's my debt. Okay, so I need to buy back 0.486 of a share. How much is that going to cost me? Well, the shares are now selling for $10. So I've got, let's think about the cash that I've got now. I've got that much cash. I have to spend some of it. I have to spend $4 and like 87 cents of it to buy back some of the stock, so that, or to repay some of my stock debt, if you want to look at it that way. And that'll leave me with a little bit of cash. How much cash? Let's figure that out. That should leave me with $5 and 9.4 cents. So that's how much cash I have. This is how much of a stock I now owe. So let's change this. I now owe 0.5 of a stock. I've got that much cash. I'm going to make some interest overnight, but I'm setting up my, so this is, I owe this much on Tuesday. I owe 0.51 of a stock. I owe that. I still own this call option. It's not worth that much. And I've got $5.09 in cash in my pocket. So what's my net position? Well, net's going to be cash I have minus I owe minus that $5.10, that's my stock debt, plus I own the option, which I guess I could sell in the market for that. So my net is about 2 cents, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, yesterday I had nothing, and now I have 2 cents, and I have 2 cents for free. So what am I going to do? That's the end of my balancing for Tuesday. Doesn't matter if the stock goes up or the stock goes down. My portfolio is going to stay the same value. So let's, I'll put this $5.09.4 in the bank. It'll grow at interest, and we'll wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow the option closes, so I'm going to cash it in tomorrow if I can. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow.
And her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream.
Okay, so today's the day that I see what my call options were. Wow, I see that the stock is now trading at $9 with an exercise price of $10. My call option that I bought is worth nothing. So I paid $1.06 for it, and now it's worth nothing. So that sounds terrible. But the good part is that the when I shorted the stock, I shorted it at $11, and now the stock's only worth $9. So I owe 0.51 of a stock. So my stock debt, let's actually just pay this stock debt. We'll close our position. My stock debt is going to be a little bit more than 450. Yeah, 459. So I owe $4.59. So I'm going to take, I've got cash. Remember, I had that $5.09.4 in the bank. So now I've got like $5.09.6. I'm going to take some of this cash, buy 0.51 of a stock. So how much cash do I have left? Well, that's going to give me when I close out my position, then I've got 50 cents. So almost 51 cents. So after I pay back my stock debt, I've got almost 51 cents left. And I also own this call option. Well, the call option is worth nothing, so it expires, it's worth nothing. But long story short, I made 50 cents. For nothing. So that's a good thing.